Morena, Samaria kia koutou katoa e te wānau, koutou kua hono mai ki te mātakitaki, ki te wakarongo hoki, ki tā tātou pāpā o tangamata ora i tēnei ata. Kua hau ko Tamsin Pue, no te Korimako o Taranaki, ko tēnei, ko tōku manuwhiri tuarangi, kua tai mai ki te kōrero ki koutou i tēnei ata ara ko Matua Clive Tonga-Awhikau. Morena, Matua Clive.
Tēnā koe Tamsin, ngā mihi o te ata.
Ai, ngā mai o te ata ki a koe, kei te pēhea koe.
Oro tonu e hoa, ka haere te ao.
Ka haere te ao, pai tērā kōrero Matua Clive. It is fabulous to have you joining us this morning on Te Korimako o Taranaki and on the breakfast show today. It's been a while and I'm so excited to catch up with you, Matua Clive.
Tautoko rawa e hoa. It's an exciting thing for me too, just to be on here and, just with the way things are going and, you always try to look for positives and plan for positives, and that's all we can do. We have to embrace what's around us and deal with our problem. Te uruta is not it's not an easy thing to deal with. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And what is it? You're going with a win-win attitude, but you got to there's compromise on every level that we have to find balance in this strange age.
Taka, koira. Ai. Kei te kite au ia tama hoki atamari kia koe te tūngane. Morena atamari. This is Matua Clive's first ever StreamYard, actually. So we've been having a little kōrero about StreamYard and the functionality that comes with having StreamYard. This is our preferred choice for, this is our preferred way of doing our interviews instead of the Zoom, because it gives us an opportunity to share kōrero. Like we can see clearly that Tama has sent through his mihi this morning. Morena kia koe te tūngane. E te iwi e te wānau, Matua Clive Tonga-Awhikau joins us this morning because we usually have our fabulous and special kaupapa, which is the Puanga Festival. And every year I love to talk to Matua Clive about our Puanga Festival. And I know that many of you will be wondering what is happening with our Puanga Festival. So I'm going to hand it over to Matua Clive to share some kōrero with us about our fabulous kaupapa. Matua Clive.
Kia ora Tamsin. Kia ora tamapo kai me te whānui whakarongo ana ki a Maui tēnei ata. Hey, look, just big ups wherever you are. Hope you're feeling really awesome. It's not an easy time for us all, but we just gotta stay the course and have no excuses. Empty our excuse book and make things happen. And I guess that's what this kaupapa is about. This whole kaupapa for us is normally starts, it's the week after Labour weekend. It's the general rule. That's plan A, and everybody comes in and does kapahaka. Plan B, which we did last year, pretty much is we all get together and we have a mass performance. So, we keep looking for ways of progressing this whole kaupapa. And the next step for us in uncertain times, don't forget, this was created last minute out of not so much desperation, but out of aroha for all the people that have worked hard. There's a lot of people working hard out there trying to make this kaupapa, to highlight this kaupapa on many levels. It doesn't matter whether you're a tamariki, kaumātua kuia, a community full of people that support this, like Te Korimako's been there since day dot, and others. There's others out there that we've been working with to make sure that this kaupapa gets to everybody, to every neck of the woods, and every nook and cranny, if you like. So plan C basically is we have 9 items that we're performing, and so we've been going around. And because of the troubled times, it's like I said, it's 9 items, and they're set items. Most of them are based from within our own, around our mountain. So there's songs that we should be knowing as a collective whānau, so that when we get out there and we do things to welcome in visitors, which is really high on our list of things to do. Our manaakitanga is so crucial. And when we get together, we should be able to stand up and know what we're doing and feel proud about it. It's not all show, you know, it's all about learning, learning what it is to be, you know, from the pa or do things Māori. You know, it's not just get up and sing and dance. It's totally different than that. It's a way of learning. It's a way of us chiseling away at society and including everybody else. You know, so that's what this is. And so what we've done is, like I said, we've done 9 items. We have haka, waiata, tira, waiata, ringa, poi. They're all going through there. And we have like, oh, well, the scheduled one just prior to this, we were meant to have 50, we split the Puanga festival just to make it easier, because last year it was just inundated and we just couldn't handle the masses. And so what we decided to do was have 2 shows, one in the morning and one in the evening, and we had 1,500 performers each time coming in. So that won't change. Only thing is we're going around now and we're videoing every group. So if you've got a group, you know, we're going to get those videos and you can dress up and go through all the things that you need, that you've been practicing, and then we're going to put it up on a Facebook page, and then everybody can share and see what everybody's doing in their neck of the woods. And it's another way of getting it to our whānaus that can't be there because of COVID. It can be, you know, it can go worldwide. It's up to you where it goes. And, you know, this streaming idea, this would have been fantastic, how to lock it in. Kia ora, kore te whanaunga. And, you know, this kaupapa here is something that's actually derived, for those that don't know, from a seed that was, you know, a seed of trying to break down those barriers and also promote things Māori. And we have a good team of people that sort of support us as well and around, you know, like we have kapaka tutors. We created a moderating body. So we're all on the same track, and, you know, so everybody's working in sync. And, you know, so this third stage, this plan C, if you like, is also to acknowledge those supporters, you know, and the supporters come in the way, shape and form of not only whānau, but also of organisations that actually support us, you know, and also funders that fund us. You know, we still stay the course. You know, there's been a lot of work done prior to the program, you know, and on the day it's over in a flash, really, you know, but, you know, 99% of the work's done before you get there, you know, and it's all the planning. I mean, you know, we plan with, as you know, Tamsin, with Te Korimako over the year and the year prior just to get this right. And so, you know, in saying that, you know, we've got plans for next year. We have a plan D, you know, and we've already, you know, I don't mind sharing that with you right now. And it's basically, if you look at the plan of Puanga, how it used to run with everybody coming and bringing their own items to share with the world, it's based on the same thing. But if we can't have mass performance, we're going to live stream. We're going to put them up just like what this beautiful forum is, you know, just to do something like this where we can go around and video each group doing their thing, you know. And the tino tūmanako ki aune is that we have at least one item that's traditionally from here that we all learn, you know, and that goes through a series of what that might look like and who, you know, what we deliver and who delivers it. And so, yeah, there's a whole lot of things going on in the background. But like I said earlier, we don't write excuses in our books. We take those all out and we keep our eyes focused on the kaupapa, which is our rangatahi. Our rangatahi out there, you know, they're a force to reckon with. Actually, I learn from them every day because they're resolute and their direction is, you know, unfaltering. When they see something and they want it, they just go. They don't care about anything that happens. They don't care about elements. They don't care about me saying something. They're so focused, you know, and so if they can do it, we can do it, you know, because they don't have stuff in their head, you know, from day to day. They just get the job done. Quite funny. Yeah. But
awesome, Matua Clive. That sounds fabulous about the plans for next year as well.
Yeah.
Love it. That sounds fabulous. With regards to the event this year, is it because I know that there are so many kids who have their hearts set on this,
Yes.
And they absolutely love their kaupapa, the Puanga Festival. I mean, I love it because it brings all of our communities from all around our beautiful Maunga together into a space where we can just be. We can just be ourselves, and there's something for everybody. And I love the fact that you honour everyone, our kaumātua, our mokopuna as well, our kuangareo, all of the kura, and it's just fun. It's amazing. Positive kaupapa ora. Is it so? Is the event still going to be happening this year for all of our kura?
Yeah, well, we won't be meeting as such, but they're still working really hard within their school environment, or within their whare, or within their marae, because it's not just for, just the schools, but it's for everybody. If you want to put a kapahaka group together and learn what we're doing, well, that's okay too.
Awesome.
If you have a program or something that you want to do, it's quite rewarding knowing that there's family out there that have put way out together and haka together just to keep their family together. It's the glue, and it's something positive, and you achieve things when you sing and learn, so it's for all those people, so we're going out there. We won't be having a get together and have a show. I mean, COVID sort of governed that for us. But the show still goes on in regards to the performances. Each group that's performing will perform. We still have people busy in the background. Some of our kaitautoko, they're out there still doing it and supporting that kaupapa, and we'll see them probably up on those video things. So we'll be doing a video page basically this year, just something simplistic. And we'll be putting them up on that site. It'll be a Puanga site, no doubt. And so the main thing is that we collect in all the videos and then we put them up. And you might see a lot of the same thing, but that's what it's about. It's about learning, a half a dozen items that when we all get together collectively, that we can be singing and doing the same thing as a Taranaki nation, if you like, and as a confederation of or hapu or iwi around the mountain, so, and whānau, just whānau in general. So the other thing that COVID's allowed us to do, and like looking at a positive angle from it, is we'll be running sort of workshops, wānanga type scenario for judges, our judges that we have. We're wanting to get them together and talk to them again about planning, the future of this, because we could see this as online judging as well. You know what I mean? If COVID, so we have to think outside the box. So I'm going to get all those great minds together and talk about them, like Matua Raymond, Tessa, Ashley, all those ones that have come before. Even I see Hiriwini pop up there, Tama, all these people that have the skills, to create that forum where we can come and talk. Whether it be our, kanoi, depending on COVID, or a zui or something, So we'll be running those workshops for judges. Kaiako, because it's important that kaiako or pauako are all on the same wavelength, and that we all feel like we're being treated fairly, and we will have a say on how the direction goes. And the rules are something that we're going to workshop on and wānanga on with people that participate with us in the Puanga Festival. So it's definitely something that we want as a collaboration, and it's definitely something that that's really a big part of this festival, because in the past we haven't had time to slow down and actually do this. So for us to actually have a break and actually focus solely on those things is so relevant to a way going forward. What that looks like. And so although we have Plan D in place, it's still not cemented because we haven't had other people involved in it, but we have a fair idea on how it's going and why it's going.
Beautiful. Rawe, Matua Clive. I can see all our whānau there. Ngāmi, kia koe te tuakana Janine. Kei te tu ngāne, Hiriwini, e kore rawe, me te tupuna aroha mō. Beautiful. And thank you so much for sharing your wakaro and for tuning in this morning to see our matua and your whanaunga matua here. So, Matua Clive, thank you for everything that you do and that you continue to do. I know that your darling is actually heading right now to Wakawirangi. As a matter of fact, she might already be there with our mokopuna, our tamariki. And the thing about that is, you two continue to go into our kura and to manaki and to look after our babies. That in itself is actually a massive and huge commitment to never let them down. And the fact that you both continue to do that, I just want to tuku mihi kia korua, ko whaia whare kuka, e wakapau kahana, ki te manaki, ki te tiaki a tātou tamariki mokopuna. Yeah, thank you for continuing to do what you both do for our babies. And, you know, and you've still got to try to have a life and sort of have some time together as well. Because I know that you're always thinking about all the kids and all the kura and everyone else. But I hope that you and Whaia Wharekuka are also having some time, you know, just to be together and Nan and Papa. I mean, I'm sure that it'll be hard with little Clive living over in Ahitereiria and, you know, and you'll be missing the mokopuna, etc. So how's that all going, like with the whānau, and how is that in terms of the pressure of trying to organise the festival, and because of COVID it can't happen, so you've still got to continue with the May, but your whānau, have you had time to?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a good question. It's a really good question. But thank you, Tamsin, and you know, it's a work of love, and it's a pleasure for us to do those things and out in the community. Just a little prop for, we run a little kaupapa out at Mission House every Saturday, 10 o'clock to about 11 or 12. There's no hooks or anything. It's just waiata, people that want to get together through these troubled times. They want to do a bit of waiata. I just put myself up there and we just go up there and sing and haka and whatever we want. I've been doing it for probably about 2 months now with Himi. He's our minister. But, you know, our families, in regards to our family, we have four children, 18 mokopuna, and we have one that stays here in Taranaki. We have, you know, as you know, we have some in Wanganui, some way up in Kerikere, some in Manurewa, and some over in Australia. But, you know, we try to stay in contact as much as we can with our whānau and with our tamariki mokopuna. It is really hard because, you know, we travel everywhere, you know, to go and see our babies, our mokos. We encourage them to come back. But it's, on that note, it's really hard. But I said, you know, our mokos get quite upset when they don't see us or can't touch us, you know, those. And I know a lot of people out there are. But I say to our mokos, you know, when I was young growing up, my dad and mum went away. We didn't see them. We didn't even have a phone. You know, we couldn't contact them. So we went, you know, weeks and sometimes months without seeing one or two of our parents. At least we have this modern technology where we can keep together and talk daily, nightly, whatever it is, whenever we want. In the middle of the night, I say, you guys feel sorry, you guys feel sad. I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you just call. You know, we're always there for you. And they do. And they do.
It's beautiful. You know, yeah. I often think about that, and I often worry about you and Whaia Wharekuka, because you always, you know, for all of my son's life, that's like 20 years now. You've both been pouring out the love, even over 20 years actually, for Taranaki and for the love of haka, but most importantly for the love of our people. So, you know, I look at you both as people that unite us. Unite our people, and we just love you to bits. And you know, I just wanted to tuku mihi to you and Whaia Wharekuka and get you on to kōrero with our whānau, give everyone an update about Puanga Festival, because they have been writing in to us at Korimako as well. And, you know, people have been asking me, Tamsin, what's happening with the Puanga Festival? We want to be together, and, you know, in an ideal world, I tell you, that we'll be having our Puanga Festival. But it's very much unprecedented times. Well, times of uncertainty, COVID-19 lingering, and Matua Clive and Whaia Wharekuka want to put your health and your well-being first and foremost. So what are some messages that you might like to share, Matua Clive, with our whānau, you know, about these times of uncertainty and with coronavirus lingering and at our borders?
Oh, lovely. Thank you for the opportunity to talk on this, because we're very, very passionate about how it's affected our our families and our lives around us. And as you know, I go into different schools around the Mutu, and you know, if you think about it, I go into one school and I got 150 children plus, and each one of them have their own bubble, you know, and so each bubble means a little trouble down the line if I infect them. So we're just talking about one school, but we go around other schools that are just as big. But you know, the most important thing for us back then, when COVID first arrived, I closed house. I wouldn't, you know, I wasn't scared of things. I just didn't want to. My fear was I would contaminate somebody else through this thing I was unsure about. So both Wharikuka and I, and you know, like everybody's allowed the opinion, the option. I'm not saying that I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing, and I'm not, you know, not saying vice versa. But for us, the right thing was to go and get vaccinated. We've been double vaccinated. We had our first one in June of this year, and you know, whether we're health compromised or whatever the reason, you have to, you know, you find your reason. But you know, this is the way I look at it for me. And I said to my wife quite often, you know, it's like if I caught this thing, I have this jar of, you know, badness, you know, with the COVID. And if I walk around with it and then I open it, you know, and then I contaminate somebody, it's almost like it's premeditated that I've done that, you know, knowing full well, regardless things aside, you know, knowing full well that I could carry this thing around to all your tamariki, all your babies, you know, I would not feel good about that in myself. And so we chose as a family just to do this, you know, and then through families, it's divided families too, you know, that's okay. That's okay. But we've got to learn to live with it and learn to live with other people's choices as well. But, you know, like for me, I think just leading the way in the way that I know best and why I do things, you know, you got to find your why and do what you got to do. You can't. Here's an example, Tamsin. I asked people way back. They said, "Why did you do it?" I said, "Well, you know, because they're thinking it's a conspiracy theory. You know, the conspiracies going on, and who knows? Could have been back then. I don't know. But you know, and then I wear a mask, and then those very same people say to me, "Oh, Matua, why are you wearing a mask?" I says, "What do you mean?" "Well, it doesn't work." And I said, "Well, what doesn't it work on?" You know, it doesn't, and they, of course, it's the COVID, right? It's the mask don't work on the COVID. Some from conspiracy theories to being real, you know, and now to being, you know, victims of being told what to do. Yeah, I can at least say nobody told me what to do. I did it because I wanted to do it. But like I said, I've got kuia and young people that go around. They're not where what? Yeah.
Someone say hello to Matua Clive. Oh, Clive.
Kia ora moko. Kia ora. Yeah. So, you know, I do have strong views, but you know, like my door's open to the vaccine, the non-vaccine, but, you know, because you're my family. I can't help that. Even though my wife puts out there, her and I live in the same house, but we allowed our differences of opinion. You know, that's what makes us special. We love each other that way, you know. And I can't help my Māoriness, you know, and she can't help her Māoriness. She's been brought up this way, and I've been brought up that way. But when you walk through the door, I give you a hungi and a hug. I'm that person, you know. I'm kino in these days, you know, where she says, "Stay over there, you know, stay out the door, don't come in." And so I feel a bit awkward sometimes when whānau come and they're not vaccinated.
Yeah.
He tries to kick them out. Sure. I put them in the back door and into my office. But we've got to be real. If and again, sure, if I catch it, you know, and I give it to somebody, at least I don't think it'll be very strong based on the knowledge the information that we've given. Sorry, it's lovely to see so many people hitting the show this morning. It's, you know, okay. Yeah.
Yep. Lots of fun. Even now. Kia ora tama, kia ora kazi. Tina koe.
Yeah, pai ki te tutaki ia. Yeah, so now COVID's a real thing, and just love yous all. Doesn't matter what yous do, but I just think that we do this thing collectively as a nation. I mean, Clive, his big view, and I'm going to drop it in there because his view was, like so many other young people of his age, is there a vaccine for the tamariki? Some people don't vaccinate their kids, but we have vaccinated all over the place for all different reasons. And so Clive, and I just know my son, he won't do it unless his tamariki can get done. You know what I mean? That's the sort of person he is. And I'm not going to change his worldly views and the way his Māoriness works, because that's his aroha for his babies. And we're still, so with people like that, we work on them and talk with them. And we've been having some really good conversations, because being vaccinated stops you from giving the disease to your tamariki. You know what I mean? And if you get it, it's a lot lesser. And the kids have a resilience, a natural resilience that they can have anyway. So, you being vaccinated, and this is the kōrero that we have with everybody, is that you being vaccinated lessens the blow on others. I mean, it doesn't lessen the blow on your rights. No, sorry, it doesn't do that. But it does lessen the blow on your whānau and your community and your loved ones. And I said to one of my kuia through the marae, she doesn't want to get it done because she said she's old. And I said, yeah, but I want you to last longer. And I said, what would you do if your mokopuna come in and how would the rest of the whānau feel if they brought the disease into your house and then it affected you and it wasn't a good result? How would that work? How does that feel? So this is not about, see, for me, you have mana and ego. One is ego and one is mana. I'll let you decide which one you are, because at the end of the day, I do it for what I think's right for me, and you do what you think's right for you. But when it becomes about hurting others in the community, I think that becomes about ego. And I think if you're looking after your family and your friends around you, it becomes about mana. Koina taku whakaaro.
Tēnā koe. Me ngā mai nui ki a koe Matua Clive, ngā mai waka wai tai ki a koe. Thank you so much for sharing your kōrero, and also for sharing Clive Jr.'s wakaaro, and little Clive. I actually fully understand where he's coming from as well, and that's actually, that's amazing. His stance on on the vaccine and why, and fair enough. Yeah, kei aia tērā mana, and like you said, Matua Clive, you respect that. That's the man that he is. And I just think that's actually quite beautiful, to be honest. But I understand where little Clive's coming from. Te aorangi tēnā koe e te tuakana. There's our te aorangi. So, Matua Clive, without further ado, he mihi nui tēnei, no mātou te whiwhi, no tātou, no mātou te Korimako, no te iwi anō rā te iwi te wakarongo, ki o kōrero i tēnei ata, sharing, the passion of what you and Whai Wharekuka continue to do around our taike maunga, and for all of our kids and all of our communities and all of our whānau. Thank you so much. And then adding on to that with some beautiful kōrero and, about the te mate korona, and also about the vaccine. So, I appreciate your kōrero, Matua Clive. Love you dearly, respect you very much, and I'm very grateful. So I'll hand the last words over to you, Matua Clive, ki te tuku i ngā mihi ki te wānau. Kei a koe te wā.
Kia ora Tamsin. Awe, ko te mihi tuataki a koutou ko whakarongo mai. Kia kaha kia maia i ngā tino āhuatanga o te rānei. Ki au nei whakaro hoki, be safe, love each other, open your doors to the whānau. Think about a plan that can help guide you through troubled times, through this COVID times. Know that, look outside your house for help. And Matua Clive and Whai Wharekuka here, we work hard, but, our journey in this life is we walk in the path that we think's right for us. And so just keep on your journey. Kanui te aroha ki a koutou. And Tamsin, e mihi koana ki a koe hoki mo tō whakaaro ki te kororo ki au te ata nei, pāna ki nā kaupapa nunui ki mui a tātou. I runga tēnā whakaaro ai, he waimari e tātou, waimari au mo tō whakaaro rangatira ki te hapai tō koutou iwi, tō koutou hapu. So i runga tēnā whakaaro, pai māriri, ka pupuhi te hau, e pāna ki te rangi, kia pā ki te whenua, kia hohou te rongo ki a tātou katoa. Kia ora tātou.
Tēnā rau atu koe Matua Clive. Heo te anora, a koe ko tāko e tautoko i tā Matua Clive ki koutou. E te iwi, me no o a uru koutou ki te ānea o koutou kāinga. Huri no i te roe o tō tātou nei tau ke maunga. Puta noa i te motu wānui. Koutou e no o ki rā wā i anora. Mā ngā ariki te wā i ngaro tātou katoa e manaki. Rire hau, pai mariri.
Pai mariri. Kia ora.